Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So I have a really quick channel message that Spirit wanted me to drop in, and it is in regards to not getting caught up, not getting so caught up in the spirit of lack, truthfully, and not getting so caught up in your personal transformation, or feeling like you're behind, feeling like you're missing out on your blessings, or feeling like there's some type of blockage that you should have been past, or putting limitations or time frames, things of that nature on your journey, okay, and on yourself and on your progression. And that void or that energy then making you invest in people, places, and things that are of karmic nature and that are reflective of past cycles. And Spirit wants to make it abundantly clear that this message is not to say that there isn't blockages or that there isn't a respective solution for you, or a respective person, or a respective perspective or thought or idea for you. So this doesn't mean ruin or defeat or hopelessness to fall into that energy. But Spirit is saying that you want to overlook, you want to take a look into your investments or future investments, and continue to just make sure that you aren't attracting people or siding with people, places, and things because you feel like they have the answer to your problem, or you feel like it could lift a burden for you. This also could have to do with policy and the way that you vote, things of that nature, right? And I'm just getting that there is a solution. Maybe the solution is there's divine timing is definitely at play. You may have to tie up some loose ends and things of that nature, like fill out certain paperwork and stuff like that. Or you may be waiting for an acceptance letter of some sort, or some type of initiation, some type of hand to be, reached out to you in order for you to get started with something, or in order for you to be a part of something, right? So in the meantime, Spirit is saying to just buckle down, to just continue to hold power, hold space for yourself and for others. Now is really a time to really be in that Virgo energy, to really buckle down, study, pay attention to detail, continue to persevere, okay, and just be careful. Really nurture your talents and have high standards for yourself and for others at this time, and nurture your skills and your gifts and your creative ideas, okay? But it might not necessarily be time for you to charge ahead with those ideas. You may be in a waiting period at this time, but Spirit is saying to not be hopeless about it, to use this time to really manifest and set intentions, and really place yourself in the area or in the thought or in the reality, right, that you are manifesting for yourself, or that is actually coming, okay? But now is not the time to give power to things and ideas and people outside of you, thinking that they are going to make your situation better, or now's not the time for you to fall back into codependent patterns, behaviors, thoughts. You really want to focus on yourself and what it is that you can create, okay? And how what it is that you can do now can help you to be independent in the future, right? With whatever it is that you're going to be walking into. So you want to really focus on doing what it is that you can do now, to where when you get to this new reality, when you get to this new job, when you get this acceptance letter, when you get this okay, and you go into this place, you know what it is that you value. You're not trying to hurry up and find a click, or you're not trying to hurry up and prove yourself to people, places, and things, because you've already done the work, and you know your value, and you know your standard, and you know your skill, and you know your talent, and you know what it is that you bring to the table, and you're really here to do the work, or you're really here for whatever the common goal is, right? You're here to do what it is that you need to do, and that's what's going to make you the center of attention, or whatever it is that whatever it is that you want for you, okay? That you may be fearing not getting, or fearing not experiencing. And Spirit is saying that the way that you can ensure that you experience what it is that you want to experience is by honing in on your gifts, your talents, and your abilities, and learning and growing. I feel like I might have some cross watchers watching, in the sense to where there may be karmics watching people that do not have my highest and greatest good, or the highest and greatest good for the collective, for the earth, for other human beings. But nevertheless, Spirit is saying that it's going to become more and more evident. It's going to become more and more clear to people, to everyone, when someone is not being authentic, when someone is trying to get over on them, basically, when someone is. So if you are, listening to this message with the intention to still be deceptive, to still energy, or you are not learning your lessons. So you might be the type of person where you do like to go into situations, or you are looking for a way out, a way through, that is outside of you, that is outside of doing the work, that is outside of self-reflection and taking accountability and taking responsibility and taking your power back, and really falling back into a karmic pattern, a karmic cycle, a karmic loop. And Spirit is really urging you to think twice about that, because there is repercussions, okay? And the thing about it, some of you guys may be parents, or some of you guys may be children, and take it as it resonates, but one or the other is karmic in this situation, and they are not learning their lessons. And sometimes a parent can be karmic and the child can have more wisdom, and the child can be more mature than their parent, yes. So that's why I'm saying take it as it resonates, because this is a general message. But for some, if you are a parent, you may be dealing with an unruly child, or a child that feels like they know best, a child that feels like they want to do what they want to do, or they are upset with you because they feel like you may be blocking a certain situation or outcome that they feel like is for their highest and greatest good, but they do not know. They don't have the same foresight or the same experience that you have. And even if this is somebody that is more mature or older than you, not necessarily more mature, they still don't have the same experience or the same foresight in the fact that they have not done the shadow work, they have not done the reflection, they have not done the inner work, and so on and so forth. So their years, or their time ahead, it does not count, or it does not matter in this situation. And that brings me to another channeled message that I have in regards to the rules changing, right? And Spirit really wants to make that abundantly clear, that rules do change, especially when rules have been broken. Okay, so after saying that, I did get a download that for some of you guys, you may be coming back from a type of suspension, or coming back from some type of time out. And you need to know that you're sliding on thin ice here, buddy. Okay, so you need to really get it together. There's an urge of emergency, or an urge of needing to take something seriously here, because if you broke the rules one time, or if you did something one time, then the second time it's not going to be like you didn't know, or it's not going to be like a sense of. I'm hearing and I'm getting that you will be given grace, but the rules are going to change. Like, you can't expect for you to not consider other people, or continue to cross other people's boundaries, even if you are still working through your shadow self, or your addictions, or your whatever the case is, and your issues, and still expect people to have the same amount of respect or love or whatever for you. And this is also just warning and speaking about if you do have intentions of listening to this message and not taking heed and doing the work now, so that when you enter this next phase, or this next shift, or this next reality, you are ready, you are prepared, you have value to bring to the table, and people see you as a valuable member, a valuable, piece of the puzzle, then that is what it's going to be. You're going to be seen as an invaluable person, or an invaluable thing, or whatever the case is. Whatever you bring to the table is going to be invaluable, because you're not bringing anything to the table. You're just here to take, or to try to be sly, or to try to bring chaos, or to try to be observant. And that's really going to be getting called out. That's really going to be seen. So people need at this time, there is a need for society to elevate. There's a need for people to bring value, okay? And if you're not bringing value, then there's going to be boundaries, there's going to be limitations, there's going to be restrictions. And this is going to be from other people, and this is also going to be from yourself and from the universe. It's all going to coincide, and you're not going to understand why. And if you continue to be in this victim mindset and not do the work, and this is a repeating cycle for you, then you just can't. That's just what it's going to be for you. But nobody is going to have an open heart. Nobody's going to have an open ear for that, after a certain point in time. So if that's the reality that you want to create for yourself, then that's just what it is. And if this is a child situation, whether you are the parent or the child, you need to throw in the towel as far as if you've been giving advice or giving help or support to somebody, and they're not trying to do the work on their own end, okay, and it's been taken from you, then that is what you need to do, is allow them to change the rules to the situation, change the rules to the game. There's something here about tradition. There's something here about going against the grain, about going against the status quo. And like I'm saying, you may be a leader. If you're not a parent-child dynamic, you may be a leader or something, or an employee. You may be under somebody. But I'm getting that there is a group of individuals who are on a lower vibration, who are trying to kick, push. And I'm getting they're trying to disguise themselves as cool kids. They're trying to disguise themselves as part of the in crowd almost. And that Kick Push song by Lupe Fiasco is coming through. But they're definitely trying to pose, definitely giving poser vibes. But what they need to know and what they fail to understand is that people can tell that they're posers. People can tell that they're fake. People can tell that they're inauthentic, because if they have themselves been working and elevating and working on their gifts and their authenticity and showing up as themselves and healing themselves and making sure that they are staying away from people, places, and things that are going to take from them, then they are going to obviously see these people as those types of people that are here to take from them, no matter what it is that they're saying, no matter how they dress, no matter how it is that they're showing up, okay? Because intention is everything, and people are waking up. And this is definitely coinciding with that Pluto and Aquarius energy. We just moved into a cycle, a brand new cycle of Pluto and Aquarius, which I believe is going to be in Pluto and Aquarius. It's a transit that's going to last for the next 240 years or something like that, or until 2043, I think. Yeah, so with Aquarius ruling groups and humanitarianism and rebellion and things of that nature, social media, Uranus vibes, okay, very forward thinking type of energy. And with that Pluto energy, it's going to be deep, hidden, uncovering, okay. There's going to be a lot of things that are not surface level that are going to be coming about. There's going to be a lot of, I'm hearing neurological explosions or neurological evolutions, okay. There's going to be just a lot of forward thinking, forward movement, okay. And people who are stuck in the past, people who are stuck in their ways, they're going to be seen as being stuck in their ways, stuck in the past, no matter how it is that they're trying to show up, because what their intentions are is very, stuck, okay. It's very backwards and traditional in thinking, and mundane in thinking, and sometimes even oppressive in thinking, okay. It doesn't even, because Aquarius is not against the mundane. Aquarius is not against traditionality or traditional things. It's just forward thinking, okay. How can we make this better? How can we make this to fit the greater good? How can we make this to be equal for everybody, or not necessarily equal for everybody, but make sense for everybody? How can we include everybody? Okay, it's about collaboration. It's about socialism and things of that nature, okay. And when you hear those words, don't think about politics and what you know about it, but the actual term, what I'm speaking of, okay. And you want to make sure that you as a parent or as a child or as whatever it is that you are, employee, or as the leader of this situation, take reign and remove yourself from these types of people, from these types of perspectives and environments, because you don't want to be seen as an enabler. You don't want to be seen as the person or the environment or the reason why this person or this environment, this perspective continue to go on, okay, and harm people or harm itself or, mess up environments or create chaos. Because I'm really getting that this person or this environment, this place really needs to gain foresight. And when a person has not been in survival mode as much as you, or they have not been in survival mode as a period, like they've always been saved, or they've always had enablers, they've always had people that they could call up to gain their perspective and their perspective aligns with them, or something like that, something along those lines, to where they're able to stay in their own deluded reality because they make it so, okay? And energy vampires are 9 times out of 10 able to do this because they involve themselves in so many people, places, and things, and with so many people, places, and things, that they're bound to find somebody that needs something from them, that's willing to say or do whatever it is that they need to say or do for this person to extract attention or money or whatever it is. So it's very transactional, okay? And they keep people around for that, okay? But whoever's on the good side of this, whoever is innocent and staying pure and trying to do what is right in God's eyes, and staying on path, you are going to have a good outcome, okay? You're going to continue to work on your skills and your talents and be confident in yourself and forge paths and forge, a way for you to be confident and bring value in this new reality that you are creating and manifesting for yourself. Also, I'm getting slow and steady wins the race. So if anybody is trying to rush you or make you feel rushed or make you feel like you are missing out and give you a sense of FOMO, fear of missing out, then you know that situation, that person, that place is not in alignment with you. It is not for you. There is 9 times out of 10 trickery and deception behind that offer or behind that alliance, okay, or that collaboration or whatever it is, that perception idea. So this was really kind of like a double-edged sword message. This is like, again, I definitely feel there's cross watchers in my collective. So there is people here that want to know the plans of the chosen ones. And of course, they are here on a Spiritual Warriors channel trying to find out how they can stop the plans and thwart the plans of God. But you cannot thwart the plans of God. You are going to be handled. You are going to be dealt with. And the rules have continuously changed. So no matter if, you have reaped your karma yet and you don't know it, or if you are in the middle of your karma and you don't know it, or wherever it is that you are in your karmic cycle and pattern, whether this be good or bad, because karma is just reaping what it is that you've sown. Okay, but I'm specifically talking to the cross watchers, the people who have been negative. So whatever it is that you have been sowing, whatever it is that you've been putting out, if you take a look around, you'll see that the rules are changing. Okay, and if you have not been seeing it, then this is a warning. This is for you to know that the rules have changed. Okay, and there is always going to be repercussions to your actions, seen and unseen, because God knows, period. And there's an energy here with these karmics, these cross watchers, of trying to be in spaces and trying to take up places and spaces and opportunities that are for chosen ones, and trying to be like the cool kids. And I'm getting that song too. I wish that I could be like the cool kids. Yeah. You wish you could be like the cool kids, but you're not, because you have not done the work. And it's very evident, and it's going to continue to be very evident. So you best do your due diligence to do your homework, do your shadow work, and get in alignment and get what it is that God rightfully has for you, because God does have something for you. And that is the way, that is the path to how you can lessen this negative karma, or lessen this negative force, or lessen this negative reputation, or this negative whatever it is. Okay, this guilt, this fear, this shame that you feel within yourself, but it is nobody else's responsibility. And I don't care if it's your parent, I don't care if it's your child, I don't care if it's the government, I don't care if it's I don't care who it is. Nobody owes you anything. You owe yourself everything. And you neglect yourself and you disobey God Every single time you choose not to go within, every single time you choose not to heal, every single time you choose not to take accountability for situations and for perspectives and for ideas or whatever it is that are actually harming you in the long run, no matter if you're trying to get one over on another person or you're just trying to simply not look like the person that you still are who you are. Okay, and it is what it is. And whether or not people have enabled your actions and your behaviors and your thought processes, they know at the end of the day. And whether or not they are aligning with you and your actions and your thought processes out of fear, out of greed, out of ill intent for the same person, or whatever it is that causes these people, these it could be the tactics that you use or whatever it is, you have already been discovered for who you are. Okay, but you may still have people who are afraid of you or who are intimidated by you because they still have not woken up to their power fully. But trust and believe that the moment that does happen, everything that you are running from and everything that you are running from is going to smack you in the face. Every single reality that you try to fuse and plot and plan for other people is going to be the very same reality that you find yourself in. All you got to do is let go and stop trying to have control and get what it is that God has for you. You can create a beautiful, abundant reality for you once you really let go and get back in alignment. Yeah, it might hurt when you initially take the fall, but you just got to heal those wounds. You got to bandage those wounds up. Make sure you put Neosporin on them, clean them up and all that, and then start that healing process. But if you don't start that healing process, if you don't let go and take that fall, take that hit, but you think that you're going to control the outer world and everybody else outside of you to make what it is that you want to be true, the blowback is going to be even worse because people are going to look at you like you are crazy because inevitably, what would you call it? And this is also for the people, and the karmics need to understand this, that people who are good people who have been getting counsel and therapy and things of that nature and been really pouring into themselves and trying to get out of these karmic cycles and patterns with people like you who are trying to hide themselves behind tactics and manipulation and victimization and martyrdom. These people are waking up. They're getting the help that they need. Divinely guidance. They're getting the divine guidance that they need. Their gifts are they're ascending and their gifts are opening up. Okay. And they're opening up to their power and they're not codependent anymore. They're trying to release these things about themselves, these trauma bonds. So you're eventually going to be figured out. You're eventually going to be held accountable. You're eventually going to have to be held accountable. You're eventually going to have to hold yourself accountable and be accountable for yourself, just like everybody else is eventually having to do for themselves to gain peace and clarity. Because this cycle of whatever this is in environments where there's Aquarius energy, societal pressures and things of that nature, groups and cliques, and people have to work together. But for whatever reason, they because there's cracks in the foundation or there's moles, okay? Literal rats and moles running around the foundation or running around the house or running around the building, okay? So if you're a good person, you're going to have to let go of whatever this foundation is or whatever this situation is that you've been trying to carry, that you've been carrying, and take that initial hit, take that initial fall, and move on from it. But it is going to bring you a sense, the end result is a sense of belonging and happiness and lasting success. Okay. You are going to get a blessing from this. Okay. You are going to get your happily ever after from this situation. But whatever it is that you were holding on to, it was bringing you a lot more stress and strife than it would be if you were to just let it go. Okay. And just be your authentic self and work on yourself and work on how you can be of value and work on how you can move forward with people, places, and perspectives and things and ideas and environments that are in alignment, that would appreciate the help that you offer or whatever it is that you have to give. And just the last message to anybody who is upset about the fact that people in places and things do not respect them when they are showing up inauthentic, it does nobody any good when you are not being your authentic self. Okay, there is a version of you, and I'm not coming at anybody, and I feel like that's why, you know, karmics watch my channel, because I'm very humble in my approach to things. No matter how people want to try to spin it and say, oh, she thinks she knows everything or whatever, and that's just the people that, you know, are committed to misunderstanding me, and I understand those people. You're meant to be here. Thank you for everything that you do for me and my confidence and my self-worth and my platform and my connection with God, right? Really proving that I am who I say I am, because, you know, people don't come to rob empty houses. But nevertheless, you know, your attitude should not, and that's the thing, you're constantly looking outside of you. You're constantly looking for a way to be a victim, to be a martyr, to blame somebody else for your issues and your problems. And instead of taking that opportunity, that message, and getting mad at me, or, you know, scoffing, or whatever the case is, or trying to, you know, I want to click off now, or I'm going to put thumbs it down, or I'm going to leave a hateful comment. No, really do the work. Really go within and look within, because like I said, the time is ticking. I'm definitely seeing an hourglass, like Days of Our Lives. Who is Sammy from Days of Our Lives? Look up Sammy from Days of Our Lives. I'm definitely getting, I heard Sammy trope. Okay, I don't know what that's about. I'm going to look it up. But yeah, this has to stop. Because if you do things in a rational way, then you'll get rational results. Even if you still do get some type of blowback, or even if you still do get some type of hit to your reputation, or whatever it is, some type of negativity. But Spirit is saying, recognize how the negativity was of no importance, or of no, I'm hearing, reluctance to you when you felt like you had an upper hand. So you really need to self-reflect on that and understand that people don't have to deal with you if they don't want to deal with you. It doesn't matter who you are to them, what you've done to them, for them, okay? Especially if you've only done those things and been those things and showed up to places and showed up as these different, you know, things for the things, for how things look, and for how you can reap the benefits later on in life, because you already knew back then when you were planting those seeds that you were going to fuck up, that you were going to make mistakes down the line. So this is somebody that I can use. This is an environment that I can come back to. Your enablers and your supporters, they know that the rules have changed. They're changing the rules as we speak. You need to know that, and you need to start playing by the rules. You need to take a look at what your rules have been, what rules you've been playing by, and really get back in alignment, okay? And make peace with what you've done, and make peace with what's coming. Truthfully, really, honestly. And that's for both sides of the spectrum. Make peace with what you've done and make peace with what's coming. You can only do so much for a certain place, an environment, a perspective, okay? And after that, it's out of your hands. It's above me now. It's above you now. So yeah, with this Pluto in Aquarius, Pluto is really blowing up groups and alliances and collaborations, and really getting people in alignment with what's for their highest and greatest good. Okay, with that Uranus energy and that Pluto energy, it's about to go down. Okay. And really quickly, I'm also getting that there's going to be a lot of rebirths, deaths and rebirths and transformations for the collective, as far as industrialism, like things like that are meant to help the collective, or not necessarily help the collective, but they're of service for all of the collective. So there may be something going on with like USPS, like the mail service, or things of that nature. You hear about TikTok, the ban with TikTok, like that's giving Pluto and Aquarius energy. There is a death, and this death it's going to affect an entire collective of people, right? And so it's going to affect everybody, you know. So that's definitely Pluto and Aquarius energy. So this is going to be happening on a global scale, and in smaller groups, and in smaller environments, and in smaller areas in our lives. Okay. But these transformations are to teach us a lesson, and they are to get us in alignment. So no matter what happens, there is, you know, if it is for our highest and greatest good, then that's what it is. And if it's not for our highest and greatest good, then trust and believe that there is also going to be another birth or a transformation that is going to come about, that is going to make sense for you, and what it is that you've been manifesting, and where it is that your heart lies, and, you know, what you've been setting intentions for, okay? No matter what side of the frame that you are on, okay? So that is all that I have for you guys. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you in the next video.